Can you believe it? The Super Bowl in Las Vegas. A decade ago, that was unimaginable.
Absolutely. Since the Supreme Court's 2018 decision overturning the federal ban on sports betting outside Nevada, the NFL has fully embraced the gambling industry.
It's a complete turnaround from their previous stance. They've inked nearly $1 billion in partnerships with sports betting companies.
And there's even a sportsbook inside one of their stadiums now. Remember when they avoided Las Vegas like the plague?
But it's not all straightforward. The NFL is simultaneously advocating responsible gambling while plastering sports betting ads all over their broadcasts.
It's a puzzling contradiction. They're encouraging fans to bet while penalizing their own employees, especially players, for doing the same.
According to Mark Edelman, a law professor and sports ethics director, the NFL and other leagues rushed into this without fully considering the potential downsides.
Even if it's logical to prevent employees from betting on games, there's undeniable cognitive dissonance. NFL players and staff are constantly exposed to pro-gambling content.
The league's partnerships even grant gambling companies the right to use the NFL logo in their marketing and be part of major NFL events.
The NFL claims they adjusted their stance to align with other American sports leagues and protect the game's integrity, but their cultural influence magnifies the impact.
Though NFL-specific data is scarce, projections suggest that legal wagers on this year's Super Bowl alone could exceed $1.5 billion.
Concerns loom about potential addiction. The National Council on Problem Gambling noted an increased risk of gambling problems post the federal ban's repeal.
Dr. Mark Potenza, a psychiatrist, described it as a perfect storm, with factors like looser regulations, mobile betting, heavy advertising, and ample free time.
Especially at risk are young men who hold sports in high regard.
In 2021, the NFL granted $6.2 million to the National Council on Problem Gambling to modernize their helpline, though it's a fraction of what gambling companies pay for NFL marketing.
Anna Isaacson, the NFL's senior VP of social responsibility, acknowledges their involvement in the gambling business and emphasizes the need to minimize harm.
However, the NFL's approach to gambling violations remains punitive, mainly focused on enforcement and punishment over prevention and treatment.
League and team personnel are barred from betting on any sport, and players can't bet on NFL games on team premises or while on NFL business.
The NFL says it educates 17,000 people annually on its policy, conducts in-person training sessions with players, and shares resources on responsible gambling during training.
While the NFL hasn't disclosed the number of employees punished under its gambling policy, the Supreme Court's ruling led to 10 player penalties this season, including 7 season-long bans.
2 former NFL employees, fired for violating the policy within the last 2 years, haven't been offered rehabilitation opportunities, unlike those facing other issues like substance abuse.
One was fired for betting less than $1,000 on the NFL and other sports 4 years earlier through a company that is now an NFL partner.
The NFL cited threats to the game's integrity as the reason for such strict policies.
David Highhull, the NFL's general manager for sports betting, emphasizes preserving the game's integrity in crafting and implementing the league's gambling policy.
Yet, NFL audiences are bombarded with betting ads. The league capped sports betting ads at 6 per broadcast after fans' complaints in 2021, but they still dominate.
More Americans saw sports betting ads during NFL games than any other nationally televised programs in the last 3 years.
And this year's Super Bowl broadcast will feature 3 betting ads, according to Mr. Highhull.
The week leading up to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas showcases the strong ties between the NFL and betting operators. It's a lucrative partnership for the league, but it raises concerns among those who fought against gambling in professional sports.
Some argue that it can be controlled now, but former Senator Bill Bradley, who played a pivotal role in banning sports betting in 1992, remains skeptical. He believes it will pervade the culture.